Hi and welcome into this iRacing video. I thought I'd do something a little different. I've jumped in my Skip Barber with my new custom livery in case you missed my previous video on that at Zandvoort. The race is going to go live this evening, so I figured for once I would do a bit of pre-race practicing, get up to speed, learn the track together. I could give some pointers, things I can't usually do in a racing environment where my head's down and I'm concentrating. So we'll get out on track, we'll see how we feel. I'll set a target lap time, talk through some of the apexes and braking points, and if you can learn something on the way, that's great. Right, let's jump in and get some laps done. So let's set a target lap time of, for now let's do a 1:56.7. Let's see if we can get that done. First of all, guys, I'll show you my setup. Here we go. So I've from the stock, you have to forgive me, I can't remember what the baseline is, but 54 brake bias, strengthens the brakes, actually aids in a little bit more oversteer on entry, which is quite helpful here because of the long entrance apexes. SPO set to 4, which gets my car a lot lower to the ground. I'm not doing 5. Sometimes I ride the curbs a little heavy, and 5 can really unsettle the car, I find. Fuel, I'm just running race fuel. I don't really practice at qualifying fuel. It's not qualifying, I'm here to practice. It's the long race pace. ARB, the anti-roll bar, I've set to 6. I would have liked to get that to 7. But I found the oversteer was a little bit too unpredictable for my driving style. Remember, this is very subjective, you know. Okay, 25 PSI all the way around, which just means I have to be a little careful just warming up the tyres on lap 1, but overall I think the 25, which I believe is the lowest pressure, yeah, is pretty optimal once your car's up to speed. So what did we aim for? We're going to aim for a 1:56.7. Okay, the new livery is looking nice, pretty happy with that. Right, let's see what we can do. We'll just warm up the tyres on the outlap and I'll try and talk through some braking points, even though I'm going to be on the wrong lines. So quite a long bend here. I like to hug the apex, and then once I get to a point where I can open up the throttle, I like to, obviously. Keep it nice and smooth round here. I brake at the end of that red apex. Obviously I'm not going race speed right now. Late on the brakes here, get down to first. I like to hug, I try not to touch that curb. Open her up, you can head all the way out here. Here you just want to keep it smooth, smooth, smooth. Any strong input and you can lose the rear, especially at this last section here. Tyres are cold, remember. Right, I'm going to take this bend a lot slower than usual. Brake at the halfway through the concrete there. I'll get through that in a second to show you. Now I'm not taking this bend quick at all because without the heat in the tyres, she will be gone. Brake at the fork in the grass over to the left there. I'm not too great at this bend. I haven't done that many laps here, but I need to work on that bend. Another tricky bend, but if you can slow the car down without getting too much oversteer, you can get on the throttle nice and early. Okay. Brake at the red. Some poor braking money there. Jump over the apex. You can jump over this apex, down to first, open it back up again, clean my visor, and away we go. Right, our first hot lap coming up. Brake at the red, and you want to get all over the entrance to that curb, a little bit more than that. It won't off track you, you can actually jump a lot onto that curb, surprisingly. You'd think the amount you can get on would be a slow down there and off track, but no off track. Okay, here comes our first hot lap. Brake at the line. I get down to first, try and hover around. A little bit earlier than that on the throttle next time. Follow the line in the road. Brake at the end of the red. Second gear, very untidy by me. On the throttle, late brake here. Trying to get too much oversteer. First gear, could have been earlier on the throttle there as well. Once again, all smooth input through here. No heroics. Especially this bend, don't oversteer, nice and easy. And here you've got to be just aim for the middle and then let the car drift out to the left. On the middle of that concrete on the left there, you meant to stay in 4th there, I dropped down to 3rd for some reason. Hold it out wide here, you see the little fork in the left where the grass changes direction? That's your braking point. Should have been throttled earlier. I'm terrible at this bend, so what I do is bring it down to almost 1st gear, the car slides out. As I say, I need to get better at that bend. Careful here, you can really get the oversteer. If you're changing down with that auto blip, make sure you give a little a blip on the throttle so your car doesn't spin out. Okay, we brake at the red line here. So you don't take my braking points as gospel, whatever works for you. Increase them, lower them, but do give yourself braking points. A long race, you can lose concentration, it's nice to have little marks in the road. Brake just before the red here. All over that curb, still I didn't manage it. Right, let's see what our first lap is. Smooth inputs here, there's nothing to gain, but only to lose. So was it a 1:55.7 was our goal? Apologies if I keep forgetting.
That lap was at 1:57.90.
Okay, a bit too much concentration, no talking there apparently. Nice and smooth through here. Nice and smooth through here. Let the car drift out to the left. Keep it in 4th this time. Easy on the throttle, easy on the steering. Oh, I'm not going to make it. Okay.
Okay, David, we need to watch these track limits.
Yeah, mate, I know. You don't want to be doing that in the race. Well, it might be fun to save it in practice. All that loss of power is someone's going to get in behind you. .56.7 was our goal. 56.7. Oh god. We've got quite some time to find. Okay, let's get a good exit here, ready for next lap, because this lap's over with. Okay, I'll try and get on this apex so you can see what I mean. There you go, we're all over it, no off track, and look at it, you're not flying out to the left as much, you can keep more throttle in. So, that's what we need to do to get our lap. 56.7, so 1.2 seconds. Here we go then. Avoid that curb because it just pushes you away from the apex, and on exit that's not needed. Avoid that curve as well because that pushes you towards the further apex. Avoid this one as well. I'm hitting every avoid, but our delta's up. You can jump over that white a little bit, careful not to go over the grass. Can't go over much here on the right, so just don't even bother. Plus it will unsettle the car too much.
Sector 1 time's okay.
Halfway into the concrete. Tricky little bend, but there you go. I was pretty happy with that. Now I want to stay in 3rd there then. I'm terrible at this bend, so I'm not going to tell you my line. At the moment I don't know it. It's the one bend I definitely need time to work on. Careful of the oversteer here, guys. Remember to blip that throttle on the down, just to make sure your inputs are nice and steady. Don't put too much in until she's ready to get round. The fork in the grass is your braking. Oh no, this one's the red. Sorry, confusing my bends. Whoa, that was close to an off track, but we are 1.3 seconds up. It's brilliant. You can get a little bit out because there's a little bit of curve and runoff, but Trust me, on a race you don't want to be using it, because if your car's getting out there it's very hard to pull it back, and if you touch that sand, one tyre dipped on the sand in a skippy, you're going to be in a lot of pain. Right, what was that?
That was 156.44.
I think we've already hit our goal. That's surprising. That was a brilliant lap. Perhaps that's what I needed, is just to talk the lap through out loud, not just practicing on my own. But you know what? Let's try and beat it. Our optimal is shown at a 56.3. And we'll green this lap as well. Superb.
Sector 1 is quick.
Well, I say but that was nice. I got a bit of slidey on input, but it really helped with my. That's better as well. Right, I've just got to do something here that's better than what I do. I need more grip. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this race. It's by the time this video goes up, my race will be a few hours behind, hopefully. Yeah, I'm really excited to it. We're doing well in the championship points, so
Sector 2 time is okay.
looking to extend that. No off track, awesome. I've left it in second and I've gone wide. First gear exit, guys, first gear exit. Let's eat over all this curve and see if we can't make it back. Wrong gear. Well, we did grab a lot of curve there, no off track. And we're bringing that delta down, it isn't going to be enough. I can't believe I blew it then. That would have been a really good lap. Alright. Is that 56.4 again? Yep. Alright, let's get late on the brakes here, see what we can handle.
46. Sector 3 is 2/10 off your best.
Let me know down in the comments if you're going to be doing this race. Let me know as well if you've done this race. This is my first season in Skip, so every combo is a new combo for me. Coming into this week, I'd never raced at Zandvoort in iRacing. I've done it in Assetto Corsa quite a lot in the GT3s. I used to love that. That was fun. I've done this track a few other sims as well. Just can't think off the top of my head what one. Ooh, no, don't break my new livery.
Track limits.
I think damage is off. Alright, let's scrap that lap. That's the importance of hitting your marks. When you try a little bit more, especially in the race, that would have cost your race. That could have been a toe, that damage would have been so severe. Alright car, calm down. Let's cool the tyres down. Get a nice good exit here, ready for the next lap. What is with me? I know you can jump on the apex there. But the problem is you teach yourself not to jump all over an apex. You just want to grab the paint usually. So I'm trying to unlearn the norm and get over that damn curb. It's worth it. Okay. Some coffee will help. Here we go. Oh wow. What an entrance to that bend. Here we go, I'm driving possessed. Oh, the oversteer might help. Okay. Half a second up. This will be the fastest lap I've ever done here. Can we bring it home?
Sector 1 time is good.
Nice. Let's hit our marks. Hit our marks and some. Terrible entrance to that last bend, but a good exit. We're green in, but I lost a tenth on entrance. But I tell you what, we'll take a look at this lap in replay, and I can talk through what I think went well and why it went so well. There you go, a 55.8.
155.83. Sector 3 time is fast.
Excellent. Okay, let's go through that lap, and then I can actually be pointing out braking points a bit better for you if you didn't understand some of them while I was just doing it with the steering wheel in my hand, because it's a little bit difficult for me to talk through the braking zones. Okay. Right. So the first braking zone. Where's my mouse? I did just after this line, I believe. Oh, whoa, hold on, we're on the wrong lap. Amateur mistake. Here we go. Let's try it again, shall we? Okay, first braking point. I did just past this line. Let's give that a try. So the rotation of the vehicle with that lower brake bias was bang on. That's what made that. Okay, next braking point is the end of this red. Let's have a look. Yep. I lower a gear, yank the wheel quite hard to get some rotation. Now the braking point here, really wherever you feel comfortable. You want to be braking ideally to start with in a straight line, because the amount of rotation this bend needs, you're going to get a lot of oversteer. So let's look at that now. So I actually did get a lot of oversteer, but I managed to make it work in my favour by getting the nose rotated round. But you really want to be doing that if you're comfortable, because in a race, that much rotation, some worn tyres, can lead to a bad day. Right, next braking point. About midway through the concrete, seems to be good. Keep it in fourth, don't do me and keep dropping it into third. Just be confident and stay with it. Next braking point, this is what I was trying to describe. The little break in the grass is quite a nice spot to brake in. Guys, I'd love to tell you a braking point here. What am I going to point at? The general grass area? No. Practice makes perfect here. Your gut feeling. There's not really a lot. I mean, to the right of you. I can't do it in the replay. There's a turn signal to the right of you at this point. That might be a good braking point, but just braking a straight line to start with, because otherwise you're going to have excessive rotation, because it's a slow entrance apex with a heavy angle. So just get the car slowed down. This is more about getting over that apex and getting on the power early than it is how fast you can enter the bend. Make sure you get over the apex and then on the throttle for exit as quick as you can. Now, I'm sure you saw. Make sure you get the car out wide here. Get in towards the apex. This is what I do. I like to hug. There's quite a lot of oversteer at that bend. Head out wide. Open the car up. Entrance to the red here. Good braking point. Brake in a diagonal straight line. Don't give it too much. You want to get over that curb and almost carry a straight line to the second apex. So you can get a lot on the curb on both of these apexes. Next braking point. Just before the red, I find. Red if you're feeling brave. You want to make sure you get more of that curb than I'm doing. Smooth input through here. Keep it nice and tight on the inside, but don't excessively turn your wheel to achieve it. And then straight as you like. And then that was how we did a 55.8. So I'm really pleased with that. That went really well. Like, that is more than I could have hoped for in a 6-lap practice. I've done some laps here. I know the track, but I definitely exceeded my goal there. So really pleased. Alright guys, let me know down in the comments if you like this style of video. I'm going to be racing here really soon. Just thought I'd share with you so I could be a bit more elaborative on where I'm braking, changing gear. You can see the general mindset I have for practice before the race. Now I should invest more time in qualifying setup and you know, coming out from the pits, doing 2 hot laps and coming back in. I'll try and find time. I will try and get that down, but qualifying is my weakness. But if you're going to be strong anywhere, you want to make sure it's strong in the race. Alright guys. Thank you very much, and as usual, I'll catch you in the next one.